Today I'm going to be interviewing Mr. Falcon for my coaching video. The first question I have for him is, how do you discipline an athlete who has a bad attitude?
I would answer that by saying first, a good coach needs to know each of his athletes and their personalities, because the way you discipline one athlete might be different than the way you discipline another. So first and foremost, you need to know your players, because they're going to respond differently according to their personality type. Some you have to get a little bit more aggressive with and maybe a little bit louder, and then others sometimes it's just a sit down and a meeting, just a verbal conversation. And then of course you can always add extra work after practice. That works really well. But I think you really need to know the athlete, because it could backfire on you if you take the wrong disciplinary approach.
I agree with you. I feel like each kid can be different. Each one, they can have mental issues, emotional issues. They might be able to play, but they might have that aspect in them.
Absolutely.
And you have to take that extra approach, because the last thing you need as a coach is a parent yelling in your face for being in their child's face when they didn't need that.
Yeah.
The second question is, as a coach, what are the basic qualities of a disciplined athlete?
Well, they're hard workers. They listen. They follow directions well. They usually perform better because in practice, because of that discipline, they do the work necessary to have success on the ball field. So, that's pretty straightforward. Those that put in the effort, pay attention to the coach, trust in the system that he's put in place, you're going to see it in their performance. Those that are less disciplined, that aren't paying attention, they don't tend to do as well. Often they don't know what to do.
I believe that is true, because I feel like if you have a disciplined athlete on a team, it's going to be much easier for you to coach them. When
Absolutely.
It comes to, and I also believe it also comes with age groups, because with the younger kids, they're still maturing physically and mentally and emotionally and all of that. So it's going to be much harder to discipline a teenager. Say their hormones are changing, so they're going to want to retaliate just a little bit just to see how far they can push you. And as a coach, you have to understand that and not act as a parent. You need to act as a coach.
Yeah. Well, discipline is a life skill. It doesn't just apply to athletes, but it applies to employees as well.
The third question is, how do you encourage your team whenever they are having a bad or slow day?
Well, I think they need to understand that that's part of life. Every day we get up, we're not guaranteed that things are going to go our way. So I think just a consistent and constant reminder that that's how life is. And those people that are successful are able to overcome those moments in time where things just aren't going their way. Comebacks that we've seen in the fourth quarter, in the ninth inning, or in a basketball game with the last few minutes where teams really get it together. And that's because they stayed mentally focused, they kept their eye on the prize, and were able to put that away. And you see that a lot of times on the athletic field when there's been a bad play. Maybe they made a mistake. You have to be able to play one play at a time, put the bad one behind you, and move on to the next one. And that's life. Every day, you just don't know what you're going to be faced with.
I actually dealt with a child who, when I was Little League's coach back in 2014 in Anderson Complex, he quit. And I tried my best to keep him on the team, but I had to understand that his happiness is more important than me making him happy.
Yeah.
And he just felt like he wasn't the best, and it made me feel bad as a coach, as I'm not doing my job because I just lost one of the players. So it made me feel real bad. The fourth question is, should athletes earn their coach's respect?
Well, I think so. When you have a coach's respect, he's going to pay attention to you as a coach, and continue to put time and energy in you. Some of the best coaches that I've ever been around always tell their athletes that when the coach quits coaching, that's not a good sign, and you've not earned that respect. You've not caught their eye. You're not working like you should. Maybe they've given up on you. That's not a good sign as an athlete when your coach is no longer coaching you. It's just an indication that it's pretty negative.
Yes, I think question 4 kind of goes with question 2 in a way when it comes to their attitude. Because if you got a bad attitude for athletes, it's going to be very hard to coach them. It's going to be hard because it's going to make, you're going to have to single them out. And instead of doing it as a team-wise thing, you're having to do it individually. So you're taking time away from the team to focus on them to help their attitude get back within the team.
Yeah, and that's mostly you're going to see that around playing time, bad attitudes because they feel like they're not getting enough playing time. Well, what are you doing? What are you doing Monday through Friday? Are you preparing?
The last question is, should team meetings be held to help adjust issues that are ongoing with the team?
Oh, absolutely. Not only just to address issues, but just a general communication of what the plan is for the week, who the opponent might be. So yeah, it's important.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, I know in professional leagues, professional baseball, I know coaches always have that. The pitcher's mound, the catchers, they always have their meetings before the games, after the games, even during the games. And they do that because they want to make sure their players are mentally focused and in the game in order to perform very well. That concludes my interview with Mr. Falcon.